السلام عليكم، شلونكم؟ شخباركم؟ وياكم فراس جيم بلاي، وكل عام وانتم بخير. اعاد الله عليكم بالخير والصحة والسلامة ان شاء الله، والله يحفظكم من الوباء المنتشر، وان شاء الله يحفظ العراق وكل العالم ان شاء الله من هذا الوباء. اسف لان تاخرت هواية عنكم بالفيديوهات والشرح. وعدتكم بالفترة الماضية انه يعني نبدي مهام براذرهود اوف ستيل ونشوف ايش راح نقدر نسوي وياهم. حاليا بحسابي هذا الحساب اللي اقدر اسويه اخذ مهام من مركز الشرطة اللي كان بيه دانس في البداية، اللي هو هذا. طبعا ما عندي اشكال، ودانس اقدر اخذه كمبينيا، وايضا يعني ماكو اي اشكال من ناحية براذرهود اوف ستيل، اقدر اقترب منطقتهم. لكن اذا رحنا اليدر خلينا نشوف. اذا رحنا اليدر مثل ما تشوفون، اليدر اللي هو القائد مال براذرهود اوف ستيل، ومن نجي نحكي وياه وي سبيك ليتر يعني
Elder Maxon?
I can't talk right now.
كل ما تجي ما راح ينطيك اي مهام، لكن تقدر تاخذ مهام من داخل السفينة، وتقدر تاخذ مهام ايضا من الكابتن او القائد مال السفينة، اللي هو هذا الشخص اللي تقدر تاخذ من عنده مهام. مثل ما تشوفون يريد ينطينا مهمة. ماكو اي اشكال، وتاخذ دانس ايضا تاخذه كمبينيا، ماكو بيه اي اشكال. لكن هواية سئلوا شلون نغير نخلي دانس بمكان اليدر ماكسين اللي هو القائد. شلون نسويه؟ هو اليدر، واليدر هو المسؤول او القائد العام. طبعا هذا شباب مود وليس بالاضافه الحقيقيه للعبه، وانا ما العب بالمودات، لكن راح اشرح لكم اياه بصوره سريعه، بس مو بهذا الحساب. راح اطلع وادخل سويت حساب ثاني بس على مود اشرح لكم الخطوات الرئيسيه اللي تسويها، وايضا راح اشوفكم اسم المود اللي تقدرون من خلاله تضيفوه، وراح احكي لكم بالتفاصيل اكثر. بس خلينا نطب على الحساب الثاني ورجعت لكم شباب.
Well, good afternoon to you too.
ومثل ما تشوفون رجعت لكم بالحساب الثاني. هذا سويت الحساب بس حتى اشرح لكم الآلية مال براذرهود اوف ستيل، وشون اذا اخذتوهم كالفريق الرئيسي لكم اللي تدمرون بيه انستوت شنو اللي راح يصير. طبعا اللي لاعب ويا براذرهود اوف ستيل راح يعرف انه تصنعون هذا الآلي مثل ما تشوفوه. والمهمة عندنا هي مثل ما تشوفون اللي هي ليبرتي برايم اللي هو الآلي هذا الضخم. وانا حاليا تقريبا خلصت المهمة مالته وبنيناه كامل. طبعا اخر شيء جبت خلنا اشوفكم من الصحراء اللي هو هذا الهرم جبت من عنده القنابل الكبيرة، وحاليا هم جاي ينقلوهن، بس لحد الان ما اجني، لحد الان ما سوى ريسبون حتى يرجعن يجن الاطلاقات، وراح تشوفوهن بس تكملون المهمة هذه مال دانس اللي راح تجي مباشرة ورا هذا. بس خلنا نشوفكم الآلي واشوفكم شنو النقص اللي بيه باقي عندنا حتى نهجم على انستوت. نصعد مثل ما تشوفون هنا فيوجن كور، عندنا نقص الفيوجن كور الرئيسية اللي نجيبها من المبنى اللي فجرنا به انستوت ويا جماعة المينت مان. هذا هو برايم. شوفوا هذا الآلي جمعوه تصنيعه بمساعدة هذه الدكتورة، اشوفكم اياها، مساعدة هذه الدكتورة وهذه الشخصية اللي موجودة ويا براذرهود اوف ستيل. حاليا احكي وياهم حتى تجينا المهمه مال دانس ونرجع نشرح الموضوع بصوره كامله وخطوه خطوه وشنو اللي راح يصير.
Ingram?
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to make sure that the Mark 28 nukes remain stable when loaded into his bomb pack. Shouldn't take us more than a day or so.
Well, Professor, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
I appreciate the confidence, but I'm still a bit concerned. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his systems stable is going to hold.
I have full confidence in the abilities of everyone here.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to activate the power transfer.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
I'm in total agreement with Proctor Ingram. The honor should belong to
مثل
you.
ما تشوفون يعني راح يبدا الاختبار مال الآلي او التشغيل المبدئي مالته ونشوف شنو النقوصات اللي فيه.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and a battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning: nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning: power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended.
مثل ما تسمعون
Ability to
يشتغل
repel
بالطاقة.
red Chinese invaders.
طبعا صوت
Compromised.
Green lights across the board
Every
here.
scumbag in the
Looking good from
Commonwealth.
where I'm sitting.
Oh, on that.
If you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't
مثل
sure
ما
we-
تشوفون خلينا نحكي اللي صار باختصار. طبعا قاعد يشتغل على الطاقة الاحتياطية مو الطاقة الرئيسية، والاطلاقات لسه ما واصلة. الاطلاقات الرئيسية مالته طبعا مثل الاطلاقات مال النيوكلير اللي ناخذها الصغار، لكن حجمها اكبر. راح تشوفوها موجودة هنا وتشوفوها الظاهرة موجودة اللي هي هذه. خلينا نشوف لكم اياها. هذه الاطلاقات، هذه الاطلاقات جاي يعبوا بيها، وايضا راح يجيبون مجموعه كبيره راح يخلوها هنا، راح تشوفوها. الان خلصت الجزء الاول من تصنيع الالي، وراح توقف عندكم هذه المهمه لحد ما تخلصون مهمه دانس. خلينا نحكي وياه.
Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
With him on our side, I don't see how the Institute even stands a chance.
I couldn't agree with you more. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
You think I'll need it for my next assignment?
I don't know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxen said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
مثل ما تشوفون انتهت هسه هذا الجزء الاول من تصنيع الالي. بقت بس نجيب الطاقه الرئيسيه مالته ونهجم على الانستوت. لكن مثل ما تشوفون طلعت عند المهمه اللي هي لازم احكي ويا اليدر ماكسين، وخلي نشوف نحكي وياه. وهو موضوع دانس، واللي موضوع الحلقه مالتنا حتى اشرح لكم اياه بالتفصيل. خلونا نصعد يمهم.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
مثل ما سمعتوا الداتا اللي جبتها من انستوت لما نزلنا على انستوت وسوينا اسكان النتورك مالتهم، طلعت عندهم بيانات سنت مفقودين ودانس من ضمنهم.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you on your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
Isn't there some other way?
You wouldn't even fathom letting him live, would you?
Absolutely not. My decision is final. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
مثل ما سمعتوا
Hey, you...
مثل ما سمعتوا طبعا دانس سينث متخفي و عرفوا انه هو ولازم عرفوا انه هو سينث ولازم نقضي عليه لان يعرفوا هواي معلومات علينا واوكلوا المهمه انه اكو معلومات ناخذها اكثر من داخل السفينه.
Attention, this is a reminder. Any recovered historical, technological, or social documentation should be delivered directly to Proctor Quinlan.
I was told you were coming.
That is
Sorry
all.
about this business with Dance.
What do you know about this situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a transistor radio. I was merely sorry that you'd been duped. No matter. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports and, unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to
طبعاً
some doubt
تعرفون
regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxson's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Halen.
Why? In too much of a rush to pull the trigger? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to finding Dance.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
طبعا هيرن تعرفون انه هي ويا الفريق مال دانس، وسمعت بالخبر واجت اعترضت على انه شلون نبحث عنه ونقضي عليه، وقالت انه هي عندها معلومات دلينا عليه، واخذتنا الاسفل السفينه حتى تحكي بشكل براحتها برايفت، لان هذا يعني ما وافق على الكلام مالتها، هذا بالمخابرات. خلينا ننزل جوا ونحكي وياها ونشوف. يلا.
Excuse me, Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
That's a risky question, Halen.
I know it is, but I need you to listen to me for a minute. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. It's a plea. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
Yeah, what Maxson's asking, it isn't just.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
مثل ما سمعتوا طبعا دلتنا على مكان احتمال يكون بيه، وايضا قالت اسمع قبل لا يعني تقضى عليه، اسمع القصة من عنده. فخلونا ننتقل هناك عند دانس اللي هو مكانه مثل ما تشوفون هنا المكان مالته. عندنا اقرب مكان هنا، ننتقل هنا ونشوف. طبعا هذا المكان مخبأ سري الدانس.
Someone was expecting trouble. You're asking for it.
Going down. Unidentified hostile target identified. Kill. Kill.
Good.
اوكي دانس بالداخل. اذا تحبون يعني تسوون هنا حفظ حتى تاخذون خيارات الحوار، لان الحوار هوايه ياثر. يعني الحوار بينكم وبين دانس، والحوار راح يصير بعدين.
I refuse to rest until every one of these nightmares is eliminated. I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
I wish you would have told me the truth, Dance.
I might have, if I'd known what I was. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do. but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I should consider how my death might affect the people that care about me. People like you and Halen. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxsson will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
مثل ما شفتوا طبعا هو كان متقبل موضوع انه ياخذ العقاب انه هو سنث، وانه هو ما كان يعرف انه هو سنث، لكن مؤخرا عرف وانهزم. اجى هنا حتى يبتعد يعني ويصفي ذهنه. المود اللي موجود شباب انه يصير تحدي بين دانس وماكسين. هذا مود تنزلوه، وبعدها راح يتحدى دانس، يتحدى ماكسين، يتحدى ماكسين، وتبدي من هنا الاحداث مال المود. لكن انا ما نزلته لان ما احب المودات، وهي القصة اصلا ما ينفع، وراح تخربط عندك القصة وراح تخربط الاحداث عندك اذا خليت سنث هو قائد برذرهود اوف ستيل، فهذا منطقيا ما يصير. ممكن المود الثاني اللي هو تصير انت اليدر، تصير انت المسؤول. ممكن هذا تقبل المود، اما هذا المود الاخر.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
How did you find us?
When I sent you to execute this machine, I suspected you'd have difficulty following my orders. Now that I've arrived, it appears that my instincts were correct. What did it say to you that made you betray the Brotherhood? Why is it still alive?
I refuse because your orders are ridiculous.
How dare you? Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about me?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Dance wants to save mankind, not destroy it.
You're as delusional as you are insubordinate. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
خيرنا إما نقتله أو هو يقتله.
After all the sacrifices I've made and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Whether he's human or not, Dan saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Pridwin Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
مثل ما شفتوا نقلنا حياة دانس وراح يظل هنا وتقدر تاخذه كمبينيا واقنعنا ماكسين. طبعا يعتمد على الكاريزما اللي عندك، لازم ترفع الكاريزما عندك حتى تقدر تقنعه. الان دانس باعتبار انه هو انطرد من براذرهود اوف ستيل وممنوع عليه انه يقترب من عندهم، ولكن تقدر تاخذه كمبينيان مهام بعيده عن براذرهود اوف ستيل، لان اذا يشوفوه مباشره يقومون يرمون عليه ويقتلوه، وطبعا هو ما يموت ويظلون يضربون به وهكذا. المود شباب يصير تحدي من تقنع ماكسين. يقول له دانس، يقول له انا اتحداك حتى اصير القائد مال المدينه، فبالتالي يصير مبارزه بيناتهم هنا، واحد يقتل الثاني او بالاحرى دانس يقتله، وتلتقون بالقارب او بال ذولا مو وقتهم. مو وقتكم، يعني قاعد نشرح وقاعد نسولف. تلتقون انت ودانس بالقارب ويقول انه انت القائد الرئيس، واكو مود ثاني ايضا. تجي شخصيه بالمنطاد وتتفقون تصير مبارزه بين دانس وبين ماكسين، وتروحون المكان ثاني ويتبارزون بيناتهم وانت بس تتفرج عليهم. وطبعا يفوز دانس، وبعدين يقول انت المفروض تصير القائد، فتقدر تختار انت تكون او دانس يكون. وهذا انا اشوفه بعيد عن مضمون القصة، لان دانس آلي مصنوع بانستوت، فمستحيل انه يكون هو القائد، لكن المود الثاني ممكن تتقبله، وايضا تقدر تاخذ مهام وترجع الامور طبيعية. الان اللي تقدر تسويه.
Hey.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxon like that.
At least we know he isn't chasing you anymore. If you stay here, you should be safe.
That's an excellent suggestion. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post. but it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxson knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
تقدر حاليا تاخذه كمبينيا او يعني تودعه.
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances. Free-thinking machines are an insult to our way of life. They need to be destroyed.
مثل ما شفتوا طبعا اذا حاولت تقتل ماكسين طبعا قتله صعب، لكن تقدر تقتله يعني اذا لابس باور ارمر ومساعدة فالنتاين راح تقدر تقتله، لكن تصير عدو البراذرهود اوف ستيل وما راح تقدر تسوي شيء بالمهام مالتهم نهائيا، ولازم ترجع على المينت مان حتى تكمل وياهم. او حاليا هذا انا اشوفه افضل حل وافضل اوبشن، انه يظل دانس حي وتقدر تاخذه بمهام اخرى. طبعا راح تجي تلقاه باور ارمر جديد ودائما راح يكون وياك، وبهيك تكون انتهت هذه القصه. طبعا راح اكتب لكم اسم المود، المودات اللي تقدر تستخدمهن حتى اذا تريد تكمل بذيك الطريقه، انه تخلي دانس هو القائد او تكون انت القائد وتقضون على ماكسين، وطبعا تاخذون الكوت ماله وسلاحه ما اتصور راح يكون ليجندري. ان شاء الله بالحلقات الجايه راح نطب على بحسابنا. طبعا ذاك انا هذا الحساب سويته بس حتى اشرح لكم الاحداث اللي تصير ويا دانس ويا ماكسين، وشون تقدر تقنع دانس او تقنع ماكسين انه ما يقطع على دانس وتحافظ على روحه، وبالاضافه لشرح المودات اللي قلت لكم عليهن. راح نبدا بفور هاربر ان شاء الله من الحلقه الجايه، راح نبدا الحلقات مالتها بحسابنا الرئيسي، وراح نشوف فور هاربر والخريطه الجديده والاسلحه والدروع اللي راح ناخذها. طبعا دروعها واسلحتها كلش حلوه وراح تستمتعون بها، ونشوفكم ان شاء الله بالحلقه الجايه. كل عام وانتم بخير، واشوفكم ان شاء الله بصحه وسلامه. حياكم الله واهلا وسهلا بكم. اللي ما مشترك بالقناه ادعوا للاشتراك وتفعيل زر الجرس حتى لا يفوت اي شيء جديد اقدمه عن تختيم الالعاب وعن لعبه فول اوت 4 او سقوط الجزء الرابع. حياكم الله واهلا وسهلا بكم. حياكم الله.